So, yes, the title is not clickbait. I actually do not shower at all. I haven't showered in over 1,400 days. I stopped counting at this point. It's been quite a bit of days. Last time I showered was around 2020, somewhere around there. Can't really remember when exactly. So in this video, I'm going to be talking about my experience not showering and why I don't shower. And if this video gets enough likes, or if people really are interested in seeing a future video about me not showering, I'll make a video where I go to campus and I ask people there if they can guess the last time I showered. And if they guess it right, then they get a prize. And if they don't guess it right, then they don't get a prize. But the whole point is for you guys to see how effective it is, because really people do not notice this at all. It's kind of amazing. So yeah, first I'll talk about the reasons why I don't shower in terms of like a more scientific perspective, or at least based on evidence. And then afterwards I'll talk about my personal experience when it comes to showering. So one of the first reasons why I don't shower has to do with hydro fatigue, so it damages the hair. That's a really big one. The second reason I do not shower is because it damages the skin barrier function. So there might also be something related to the microbiome there. I'm not entirely sure, but it does damage the skin barrier function, and we do know that. The third reason is because, and actually the biggest reason I don't shower, is because of contaminants in the water. So there are PFAs in the water, because the microplastics aren't necessarily something to be filtered out. It's more so from a contamination standpoint of like salmonella or E. coli or some sort of bacteria. One of the reasons is because PFAs are endocrine disruptors, and if you know my last video on cholesterol and the send this to your doctor video, then you would probably know how I talk about the cholesterol cascade, and that is really, really big as to why I don't. So all I'll say right now is it's potentially a little bit related to some cancers, although mostly in women in particular. And for men, it lowers testosterone, just to keep it like really, really short, for PFAs. Another reason is there's like heavy metals in the water. That's another one that I avoid, and fluoride especially. I really, really avoid fluoride. The reason why I avoid fluoride is because it's already been shown that fluoride in tap water lowers the IQ by, I think, 10 points for developing children. I mean, really, really bad stuff. So that's another reason. Now, there are probably other contaminants as well, but I don't really know all the details about them, but I do know that the government is very, very good at hiding things, and that comes from working with the government for a little bit and experiencing what that was like, as well as, I guess you could say, people on the inside sharing like some experiences and some things that they talk about. It's pretty bad. It's really difficult to trust them when they have a pretty bad track record. I mean, there's tons of other water contamination things that they've covered up, or they've tried to anyways cover it up, and you can look that up. There's tons and tons of them. Jake Tran talks a little bit about them, so if you're interested in that sort of thing, just check out Jake Tran on YouTube and you'll see some of his videos. So now I'll be talking a little more about the personal experience side. So I don't know if it's the skin microbiome or what it is, but I do know that for some reason, when you continually shower for a very long time and then you suddenly stop showering, for some reason your skin gets really, really oily, and it lasts for a couple days, sometimes like 2 weeks, or I'm not entirely sure if it lasts months. I've never heard it last months. But after a certain time, between like maybe a day or a couple days and 2 weeks, your skin will just stop getting oily and you won't smell at all, and it works really, really well. Now, the example that I have of this is not only an Australian guy, Australian doctor, who doesn't shower and his skin is like perfectly immaculate, it's also Asmongold. Asmongold does this whole not shower thing, and it works. I mean, it really, really works. Asmongold's a gamer. He's a sort of popular streamer sort of dude. He used to do WoW videos until WoW became pretty trashy, and I think WoW is pretty trash. It's not really worth playing at this point. I used to love WoW. I used to do PvP arenas all the time back in the day, but not anymore. Another personal experience thing that I have experienced with not showering is not getting bad of eczema on my back. So I used to have really, really bad eczema on my back. Now the eczema on my back is almost completely gone. If not gone, I mean it's basically completely gone. There's maybe one or two spots, but otherwise it's completely gone. And part of that does have to do with cholesterol. I do know that because when I had a more high-fat diet, specifically when I went to a carnivore diet, yes, I don't want to get shadow banned by YouTube. When I went to that diet, it worked really, really well. It helped a lot of problems, so I'm quite sure that diet played some part of a role, but I do know that not taking a shower also actually helped the eczema on my back very, very much. It used to be basically these giant, they almost looked like craters, like meteors that that were in my back, and now and when I stopped showering completely around about 2 years after, or a year after, they weren't craters anymore at all. They were just like little red spots. So definitely got way better. Now I'm going to be answering the question that you probably have when it comes to this whole not shower thing. So how do you shower, or how do you like clean those areas? And the honest answer is I don't at all, actually. And it's works perfectly fine. And I know that it works perfectly fine because one of my ex-girlfriends at the time, we did a lot of, I guess you could just say, interactions within that area. And she didn't notice a thing. Had no problems at all. So just letting you know, it works really well. In fact, actually, she liked the smell. So just to let you know, it really does work. This whole not showering thing is definitely the way to go, in my opinion. You don't have to spend money, especially on shampoo or conditioner. That's like, oh, that is one of the nicest things ever. As well as you don't have to go in the shower. And for some reason, I don't know about you, every time I used to go in the shower before, when I come out, I sort of am not really focused. I'm not like ready to go. I'm really relaxed, so I don't really like that. I'm really glad that I did this whole not shower thing. And the only time that I do expose myself to tap water or any water of the sort is when I wash my hands. I will wash my hands very, very rarely, but there are some situations where I do wash my hands. So, for instance, I might wash my hands when if I am touching a lot of things outside for some reason, and I know that a lot of other people have touched them, and there's like a sickness going about, or some sort of like bacteria, virus, or anything of that sort, then I might wash my hands. But otherwise, for the most part, I almost never wash my hands. I wash my hands maybe once a day at most, after I use the bathroom, but that's it. Yeah. So it works. It works really, really well. I recommend that you guys try it. It costs nothing, literally, and actually, in fact, it saves you money, if anything. It works really well. It takes a little bit of time for your body to adapt and get used to it, but apparently, Asmongold, for instance, doesn't do the whole carnivore diet, and he still manages to not smell. So you don't actually have to even do the diet, apparently, in order for this stuff to work. But I mean, that's just his experience, my experience, obviously. And there's also the Australian guy's experiences. There's a lot of other people you can read up online. On Reddit, I think they talk a little. There's some people who also do this. It works like a charm, but hey, up to you. So yeah, thank you for watching. If you have any comments or curious about any questions, just leave them in the comments below. I read all of the comments. If you liked the video, give the video a like, and if you're interested in more videos like this, a little bit about my lifestyle and how ridiculous or weird it might be. I also talk about science as well as some philosophical sort of stuff. Then subscribe to the channel and hit notifications, and you'll get my videos when they pop up. Yeah. So thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.